A full-blown acceleration here. Not gonna do a super long drive with this. Yeah, this is so quick. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're reviewing a 2022 Ford Transit with the Adventure Pack. Before we get in the video, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Schmiller Ford Lincoln here in Provo for giving me some time with this Transit. This particular one is pre-sold, but if you want to order one just like this, they'd be more than happy to help them out. Link to their inventory in the description down below. Man, it is super windy. Anyways, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get right into the video. So there are two engine options you can get here with the new Transit. The base engine is a naturally aspirated 3.5 liter V6 that's good for 275 horsepower and then 262 pound-feet of torque. This one, however, has the twin turbo 3.5 liter V6 that's paired to a 10-speed automatic transmission. It's good for 310 horsepower and then 410 pound-feet of torque. Now let's go over the front end of this Transit. So first off, you guys can see here with the venting on the hood, definitely a cool aesthetic. And then this one has the bi-xenon headlight package with the LED accent lights. Looks fantastic. Fog lights down below with the parking sensors here on the front end. And then it's the Ford logo with the camera there down below the logo. And overall, in terms of, you know, a cargo van, it looks great. And this one's finished in avalanche gray, which this is the worst possible day to review a Transit in avalanche gray because the sky is gray, and so it's kind of hard to see the color pop. But there you go. Now coming on the side here, I've got two 35mm tires wrapped around 16-inch wheels in the front and over in the rear as well. And then you guys can see from a design standpoint, the wheels are all blacked out, which actually looks pretty cool, again, on a cargo van. And then here's a quick look at the tires and then the front suspension as well. And then notice how you have this protection all along the bottom portion. A little bit of body colored accenting there down below it. But yeah, definitely cool. And then also notice this is for the fuel door. It's kind of interesting that you have to open up the door to access the fuel door like that. So that's pretty cool. And then popping over here to the rear, this is a 250. You can see the leaf springs. I'll show you guys the payload sticker a little bit later in the review. But if we take a few steps back, it's big. So here's our key fob. We have our unlock, lock, and then this is the unlock here for the doors. And then this is actually the button to automatically open the side door. I'll show that to you guys in a moment, but let's open up the back doors first. So we just got to, and I love how they have this handle that actually helps out. Open that up, notice it'll stay in place, and have the handle over here to open up the other door. And then notice same thing, there we go, in place. So notice how we have the receiver hitch here down below, and then we have this nice step situation, but I'm gonna go all the way up because I can. And you can see this one has the flooring already put in, so you don't have to worry about stepping on exposed paint or anything like that. And then notice here, we don't have any windows here on the back. We do have windows there on the back doors, but on the sides, no windows. And I mean, look at this. So, I mean, you can fully stand up in this, no problem whatsoever. And obviously, you know, the sky's the limit in terms of what you could do here with the interior. Obviously, you could just use this for like a massive storage space area, or you could, you know, throw a kitchen and a little bedroom area into this. What I see people most commonly do with these cargo vans is they'll usually throw a kitchen right here behind the driver's seat area, and then usually they put like the housing area, like the bed area right here, and then they usually have space and walkway here to the door, which, look at this. This is the first time I've ever seen this in a cargo van. It's power! Like, that is so cool. And then you got the little step to help you get down. But that's just, I don't know, that's such a cool feature. And it'll close again for you. Again, I've never seen that in a cargo van. Also noticed that one has a window on it. So, yeah, definitely. I mean, I can imagine, you know, if you're using this as like a work van, then that would be great. And then you can see closing these. Make sure you close them in order, of course. Now finishing things up with the rest of the rear, obviously it's gigantic, and you can see the exhaust tip here poking out the side. Then we have the gigantic, I mean, look how big these taillights are. Parking sensors there on the bottom as well. Don't remember if I mentioned that. And then you can see your all-wheel drive EcoBoost badge, but let's pop inside. Now here's the door panel, and again, being a cargo van, it's gonna be pretty basic from a material standpoint, but this would be very easy to clean off. Got the window controls here. The mirrors actually have blind spot monitoring. And then this one was optioned out with the cloth seats. You can get leather seats, but the gentleman that ordered this out wanted cloth seats so that they stay a little bit more neutral temperature-wise, because this van's actually going to California. And then you can see here with the pedal layout, down below, got a little bit of extra storage here with the parking brake, and then your auto hold, and then notice the mirror adjustments, light controls, and then we have this like cup holder right there. But let's pop in. Yep, we got to do this. So here is the steering wheel. You actually have nice padding here on the outside of the steering wheel, and you can see the stitching there, the center portion. We got some controls for the center stack, voice command, phone controls, volume controls. This does come with adaptive cruise control. And then notice your turn signal stock, and then your windshield wiper stock. And, well, there's the steering wheel. Now here's the center gauge cluster. You can see it's mostly analog. We do have the screen here in the center, and man, this is like an echo chamber in here. But you can scroll through different bits of info like fuel economy, for example, or you can go digital speedo. But yeah, there's just a bunch of different little menus to scroll through, just like other Ford models. Now this is pretty cool. We got a massive infotainment system. So first off, we'll pop it into reverse. Notice we got a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. We have that bird's eye view as well. You can see the zoom function, and then notice the different camera viewpoints. I love camera views from cargo vans because look how tiny the lines are, because the camera is so high up on the van. But it's, yeah, just humorous in a sense. And then we have a camera button which you can press, and notice we got that front camera view as well. So I mean, from a camera perspective, this thing is amazing. You can also see we've got parking assistance down here. We have the drive mode select, so you press that, and then we have the different drive modes we can go between. So you just have to press it on the infotainment system itself. Pretty easy to use, and look at the animation. That's pretty cool. Wow. Ford is just killing it. And I mean, this is specific to the cargo van. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen this in any other Ford models. So, yeah, I'm impressed. That's cool. As for the rest of the infotainment system, response time's great, and it's large. You got the climate controls there at the bottom, so it's pretty easy to use that whole system as well. And, I mean, what more could you ask for? We got the shifter for that 10-speed automatic with the manual shift function. And notice you got the buttons there on the side of the shifter. Got some cup holders here and then charging ports. And on the seats, we got these nice armrests. And then we have a glove box, pretty normal. And you can see here with the dash how you've got like little storage space pockets and then more charging ports. So yeah, tons of storage in this, and that's kind of a theme here with the van. And then popping up at the top, of course, we got sun visors. And then there's even more storage up here, as you can see, just like other cargo vans. And so yeah, just super, super practical. So here's our window sticker for this 2022 250 Transit. Here is the standard equipment, which I'm not really interested in too much. Optional equipment on this particular one. So you guys can see here with the engine, right? That's an option, getting the twin turbo V6. And then the other big option on this one is the Adventure Prep Package, which is almost $5,000. But you can see it adds a bunch of stuff. Definitely recommend that package because of all the stuff that you get with it. I think it's definitely worth it. We can see the base price here, $47,000. And then after all options, $58,740. And wait for it. Let's see how it drives. Wait a second. Gotta get the key out. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility of the hood. Both mirrors, again, they do have blind spot monitoring. Then throughout the rest of the rear. And let's set off. So, setting off here in the Transit E250. And so it's interesting to drive cargo vans because they drive different from, you know, most regular cars. But I will say that the Ford Transit is an amazing cargo van, and we'll kind of get into that as we're going through today's review. But first off, let's talk about seat comfort while we are waiting here. Seats are actually really good. They definitely are on the firmer side of things for like a Ford seat. but they've got nice bolsters, and I think they've done a good job with that. Also, this is really easy to drive, even though it's pretty big. Ah, that torque is amazing. Don't get that from a Sprinter. And I'm not saying that diesel powertrain in the Sprinter is a slouch, but it's not quick like this. Yeah, this is doing great. Handling's also really good too. That's another big plus here with the Transit. Okay, and then we'll get our kind of full-blown acceleration here. Not gonna do a super long drive with this. Yeah, this is so quick. I've driven quite a few of these Transits and they are quick. Quite a bit of wind noise. It is very windy today though. But I can tell you, you know, I know that wasn't super high speeds, but yeah, quite a bit of wind noise. So kind of understand, but that's a cargo van thing. It's not a Transit thing. But anyways, let's go over a few of these little bumps and kind of sum things up here with this Transit. See how the suspension is. Again, this is very easy to drive. Like, I feel comfortable driving this, so that's good. So first off, from an exterior aesthetics perspective, I think this in Avalanche Gray looks great for a cargo van. And then from an interior perspective, I like the flooring that this has. Having the cloth seats, again, they stay more neutral temperature wise. And I'm actually pretty comfortable here, even though this is a massive van and it would take forever to cool down or heat up, right? Because of how big it is. Again, I feel comfortable from a temperature perspective, and it's 77 degrees today, as that says on the touchscreen. And like I said, it's easy to maneuver. And, you know, option-wise, this is great. And I will be doing a comparison with this versus a Mercedes Sprinter in the near future, so you guys can really just see them, you know, compared to each other back to back. But what I will say is I love the all-wheel drive system in this. It's easier to use than the four-wheel drive system you have in the Sprinter. And then the other thing that I love about this is the fact that it has, again, those drive modes, and it's just easy to drive. It's really easy to drive, and it's got some nice new tech like the adaptive cruise control. It's just a great cargo van. And also, you can actually get these. It's very hard to get a Sprinter, especially if it's a 4x4 nowadays. Whereas with these Transits, if you order one, right, you can actually get one, and it's, for what it is, it's priced very reasonably. And so that's got auto stop start too. Yeah, I think there's a lot. I think there's a lot to love about this. I think it's a great cargo van. I love the twin turbo V6. I think that's the engine to get for sure. It's definitely worth the extra money. And so yeah, if you're looking for a cargo van, don't look past Ford. They are killing the game right now. That's gonna sum things up for a video on this Ford Transit. And again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Ford Lincoln here in Provo for giving me some time with this van. Check out the inventory in the description down below. I will see all of you in the next video.